Everyone. Today is Wednesday, July the 21st, 2021. My name is Shelly and welcome to my channel, Proverbs 31:22. This is a channel about all things stitching. So mostly cross stitch, some quilting, some sewing. I do know how to crochet. I know how to knit a little bit. I know how to needle tat. I don't do a whole lot of those other things. It's mostly cross stitch and quilting currently. But anyway, I'm glad you're here and welcome. If you're new, I appreciate you checking me out. I hope you like something that makes you want to stick around. I have had a handful of new subscribers in the last week or so, so I appreciate everybody who's new here, and as always, I appreciate all of you that have been with me since the very beginning, and all of you who comment. I appreciate it so much, so thanks and welcome. So I'm telling myself that I really need to keep these daily updates as short as I can, so I'm going to try to just go as fast as I can on each one and see how it goes. So life update, not a whole lot going on. I do see a rheumatologist tomorrow for the first time. I had seen a rheumatologist years ago for a positive ANA test result. And I really loved her. She was great. She didn't stick around very long, but she also did not treat fibromyalgia. And so I didn't really, get any input or any treatment or anything for that. But the guy that I'm seeing tomorrow, he does. I called his office and double checked to make sure that he does treat fibromyalgia, and he does. Being referred again for positive ANA. Most recent blood work showed that it was positive still. It's about in the same range and it's pretty low. So, but she just wanted me to get it, see a rheumatologist for it. And, I want to see him for the fibromyalgia. So that's what's going on life-wise. I did get a few pieces of haul in. A while back, like back in February, I had ordered the supplies for doing the Pink Sparrow sampler from a shop called Ye Old Cross Stitch Company, something like that. Anyway, a couple of the threads and the fabric were back ordered since then, and I did get the threads in a few days ago, but I did request to just get a refund on the fabric. I found the same color, weeks that it calls for, but just in a higher count. And so I'm just going to go with that. And I got my order in from Ortson Designs. This is a UK company. Hey, this is cool. So on the back side, it has a little, stitch count to figure out what fabric your count is. What count your fabric is, geez. But I just looked at this, and so it tells you what kind of needle to use and what kind of needle to use with each count, and they also have a little needle size guide, which is something that I've always wished that I had. And then it also tells you pre-cut fabric sizes, so that's a pretty cool little tool. But I ordered from them the pattern and the fibers to do Jeanette Douglas Blooming Bouquets number 6, which is hopeful. And I found out about this from Raspberry Stitcher. If you don't watch Barbara, check her out for sure. She's amazing. Does beautiful, beautiful work. So yeah, check her out. So it came with the pattern, and then it came with a packet of flosses. And so they don't tell you which which bundle is which, like the bundles aren't labeled. But I reached out to Barbara and she said that there's usually, one in each skein set bundle that you can kind of tell, that there's no other bundle that has that color in it. And so you can kind of figure out from there what the colors are. Okay, so I've got my little calendar right here with all the things that I've been working on. And so we're just going to get started. So my weekly focus piece this week, I did spin the Tiny Decisions wheel app to choose a piece for me, and it chose Cottage Garden Samplings, Bluebird of Happiness, and it always makes me happy when I can stitch on this for sure. And this lives in my little Bluebird bag that I made. And these are the amazing threads. So I got a question on a group on Facebook when I posted a picture of my Elizabeth Weston and the threads being braided. So I started braiding my threads just for the aesthetic of it because I thought it was pretty. Several people that I follow on Instagram braid theirs, and so I started braiding mine to take photos and things, and then I just decided to leave them braided, and it really helps to keep the threads looking neater and not getting tangled. You'll see I have some whips that I haven't done that with just because I'm too lazy to do it, and you'll see the difference in what the threads look like. But this is what I've gotten done so far on Bluebird of Happiness. This is a 28 count with shelt linen, and I don't remember the color name. But I'm stitching it with one strand of floss over 28 count. Normally I would use 2 strands, but I decided to do this with one, and I like the way it looks a lot. So I've gotten off somewhere in my count up in here, but it's fudgeable. So I worked a little bit on the some more on the house last night. So that's my weekly focus piece this week. My daily focus piece is Elizabeth Weston from Hands Across the Sea. And she is a beauty, I'm telling you. I'm using the called for DMC flosses. And I'm stitching this on a piece of 36 count linen that was hand dyed for me for this project by Devin over at Strawberry Lane on Etsy, and then her channel here is Hoops and Needles. And this is what I've gotten done on her. It's going to get to the point where I won't be able to show all of it at once. Even taking pictures of it is going to get more problematic as I go along, because she is a big one. So I'm working right now on this section of letters right here. And so what I'm attempting to do with this is get one page finished every month so that I can get her before I die, get her done before I die. And I'm stitching that with one strand of floss on 36 count. So in this little bag right here, another bag that I made, there is my stitch alongs, and I also have my my little calendar piece that I do. I started doing these with the Magazine Monthly Challenge group on Facebook, which will be linked below. And then I've just, started just doing them, like I'm working on August this month, trying to get it done for, get it done by the end of this month so that I can display it. So I will insert a picture here because this is magazine, and I get my magazine patterns electronically through Readly. And so, I didn't grab a board, so let me just use this. But this is the August version. And my goal was to have it finished last night. That didn't happen. So I have another Tuesday to work on it. On Tuesdays, I work on things that have sort of deadlines, things that I want to get done, and I use the theme Timely Tuesday. And this is 14 count French lace Ada from Witch Else. And then my sales that I'm doing, let's see. So I'll insert a picture of Fat Quarter Shop Serendipity, their fundraiser for Make-A-Wish. And then I'll show you what I've gotten done. So this is another one that I wanted to have finished this past week, and that didn't happen. So I will work on it again on this coming Sunday and get this done, and then I will be done with it. And this is a 14 count navy Ada that I'm using the Call for DMC flosses with 2 strands. Thread. So yeah, if you don't know, Fat Quarter Shop does a yearly fundraiser for Make-A-Wish of Central and South Texas. And this year they've raised over $80,000. So the pattern is free. They just request that you make a donation to Make-A-Wish. And the suggestion is $15. So this one I cannot insert a picture because it is just the pattern online. But I'm following along with Rachel Q Stitches to do what she is calling the EMMC sal. That's the hashtag for it. And this is Erica Michael's sampler book. So I did get the A finished and then started working on B this week. And these are the flosses that I'm using for B. And so I did make an adjustment on this pattern. So on the B pattern, it was charted for just having the little yellow X's just in between each little, they look like crowns to me. I don't know what they're supposed to be, but it looks like a crown. I guess it could be a flower. But, doing them that far apart, personally, I would be one to run my threads underneath on the back to skip that much space. And so I just decided to, instead of doing that, just stitch yellow at the base of each little flower or crown or wherever they are. So there's a stitch here, that one that's called for, and then another one here. I'm loving these colors for the B ones so much. And they're all DMC. This is a 28 count even weave, Monaco, I think. And I'm stitching with 2 strands of thread over 2 threads on the fabric. And let's see, I will insert a picture of Stitching Book Club Little Women. And I will show you what I've gotten done. So, yeah, working on that house. And I'm going to be working on that house. So this is a 28 count ivory even weave using her Call for DMC flosses over 2 strands over 2 threads. And so I had planned, I finished up my Jessie Watson this month's assignments. And so I had planned, once I was done with that, to alternate the Stitching Book Club and then either Shine On or Flea Market Flowers, which were some other stitch-alongs that I was doing. But since I'm behind on Little Women, I'm just going to stitch on that for my stitch-alongs. Let me grab Jessie Watson because I did put it away yesterday since I was finished with it. Not thinking about needing to film. And I will insert a picture here of what that pattern looks like. And this is what I've gotten done. So I'm doing this along with Barbara, Raspberry Stitcher. She's doing hashtag Jessie Watson Autism Sal. And so she's trying to bring awareness and acceptance regarding autism and people who have autism. So, and this is a 32 count platinum linen, and I'm using the called for DMC flosses, 2 strands over 2 threads. Let me grab my sheets so I can be more sure about the details when I need to give them. Okay, so this month for my magazine monthly challenge, I am working on Jolly July stuff, and so I'll have to insert pictures because these are magazine patterns. And this first one is Nativity Silhouette, and I am stitching it on a 14 count chalkboard black Aida, and I'm using a variety of my own choices, some called for, some my own. I didn't have what they called for, but just DMC flosses, 2 strands. And so I got all around this little star right here filled in, and then now I can start working on going this way with it. It's a lot of stitching and a lot of, like, I don't know, like you'll have one little bitty stitch or a few stitches and all the colors look alike, so it's kind of hard to find where you're at as far as stitching on it. And so also I'm stitching on a few ornaments for my grandsons, and so I'll insert a picture of Evergreen Star. And this is what I got done. I worked on it last night, and so I got this finished and then added this section right here. I'm loving stitching on this really a lot. And this is a piece of that 32 count platinum linen that I did Jessie Watson on. And I'm using 2 strands of my own choices of fancy floss and over 2 threads. I do have to finish putting the little middle stitches right here on this leg right here. And that one will be for my grandson Nathan. And then this one, Red Bird Ornament. Here's a picture. And I will give this one to my grandson Malachi, who loves birds as much as I do. I love this one so much. So this is a 28 count Carolina linen in the color Sand. And I'm stitching with 2 strands of variegated floss, over-dyed floss, over 2 threads. So let me tell you real quick. The Nativity Silhouette is from Just Cross Stitch, October 2020. The Evergreen Star is from Just Cross Stitch, February 2019. And Red Bird Ornament is from Just Cross Stitch Ornaments 2017. So I also have this little snowman that I'm working on for my younger grandson, but I didn't do any stitching on it since you saw it last. Hopefully I will get some stitching on it this week. Okay, so this is not part of my magazine challenge, but this is my Merry Monday, which is when I stitch on Christmas stuff. And I'm working on Shabby Advent Calendar, the number 6 pattern, the Santa Claus. And this is what I've gotten done on him. So I was hoping to finish him already, but I'm working on it every Monday, and so I'll work on it again next Monday, and hopefully I'll have it finished, because I really want to get each one finished over the next month, you know, so that I can have them all done by Christmas. I really need to start FFOing them as well, because I have a stack of them that aren't FFO'd. So this is 18 count natural star linen from, not linen, they call it linen, but it's Ada, from Hobby Lobby. And I am using 2 strands of floss over 1 square of the Ada. So that's my little Merry Monday piece. So another sort of stitch along, but not really, I guess, activity you could say I'm participating in is Cross Stitch Camp, which is being hosted by Colorado Cross Stitcher. It's a virtual camp, and there are challenges every month. For the month of July, the challenge was to stitch on a pattern from a designer you haven't stitched before, and I had never stitched a prairie schooler, so I chose the little hummingbird. Again, my love of birds coming through. And this is what I've gotten done on him. So let's see. Make sure I tell you right on the cloth. So this is on a 16 count Fiddler's Ada that I hand dyed. And I chose my own flosses from my overdyed collection. And he's so cute. Love it. And so these are the flosses. And you can kind of see how they just sort looking real ratty and not as neat as when you braid them. I find braiding them also makes it easier for you to put your needle in and pull one strand out. It doesn't get quite as tangled as it would, as it does whenever they're, you know, just open like that. So my next theme is Wordy Wednesday. And for that, this month I am stitching on Shannon Christine's Craft Room. This is like the only pattern that I am doing right now that is on paper, and I cannot stand it. I hate paper patterns. It's like you lay it down, you can't see, so, you know, you have to have either something to stand it up on, and it doesn't, you have to have like an extra little thing, and it's just a pain. And then you have to, you know, mark it with a highlighter. I like just putting them on my tablet. My tablet's got a stand already built in. I can, you know, mark up the PDF that I make from the scan. And if I make a mistake, I can just press undo, or I can erase what I've done and then redo it. It's just so much easier to me. But anyway, this is what I'm stitching on for Wordy Wednesday. And this lives in a little tote bag that I made. Not tote bag, but little pouch that I made a long time ago. And I actually have some of this fabric right now that I'm about to make a project bag from to sell, hopefully. I really want to do that, and I don't know what's holding me back, but so this is my progress. You can see that I changed the color of the sewing machine to reflect my love of purple. Okay, my obsession with purple. And yeah, so this is a 14 count black Ada, and I'm using 2 strands of floss. Call for DMCs except for what's on the machine. And so I just braided these a few days ago. Gorgeous. And then for my Thankful Thursday, I am stitching on a magazine piece that I started quite a while ago. So I'll insert a picture. And let's see. The name of it is Fall into Autumn, and I am stitching it on an 18 count Fiddler's Light Oatmeal. And that's what I've gotten done. So if you watched my little tutorial on doing a loop start for a single strand or an odd number of strands, this is the piece that I used to demonstrate that on. So you'll have seen from the picture that I inserted of the pattern, this next section right here is a row with hedgehogs and mushrooms and I think some sunflowers. I'm eliminating that. I didn't really care for the mushrooms, and hedgehogs are cute, but you know, I was okay with skipping it. So I'm going to skip that row and then go on to the next section, which just means I'll get finished faster. And these are the threads that I pulled. So on those orange little divider and bands, like the little header and then the divider, they call for like several different colors of orange, but I'm just using 4124, which is a variegated orange from DMC. And that lives in this little bag that I made. Okay, then on Fridays I do Flora, Fauna, and Filigree. And so this month I am working on Teresa Koget's Newcastle Bouquet. She calls for it being stitched on 40 count. I'm doing on 36. I haven't delved into the world of 40 count yet. I do have a project that requires 40 count, but I haven't started it yet. I did have to substitute some flosses because I couldn't find what I needed, but I am using mostly the called for. And these are ones that I haven't braided yet. And this is what I've gotten done. So I did, I talked about on my, I think my whip parade, that I was going to probably needed to start doing the border across the top because this fabric is like really, really close on the amount. And so I had done, you know, all the way down to the bottom with it here. And so I did start making my way across. You know, I got to do another one of these little ones like this right here. And about in the middle of that right here is where the middle of the chart is. And so it's going to be close, but I think I'm going to be okay. But I am going to continue going across with that border, even though that's not really what I like to do because I'm afraid I'm going to get off count. But I like to stitch, you know, parts of the chart around it just so I know that I'm keeping on track. But in this case, I am going to do that because of the cloth situation. I am using one strand of floss over 2 threads of that 36 count. That was a piece that was hand dyed by Strawberry Lane as well. It was just in her shop and I just picked it up one day. I was going to say something about that. What was I going to say about it? I thought of something when I was showing it to you. Let's see. Let's see if it comes back to me. I mean, it just left me completely. Oh well, maybe it'll come back to me later, but anyway. Let's see. I don't think I've stitched on this, which is my seasonal Saturday piece, but I'll show it to you anyway, just in case. But this is American Spirit from Fat Quarter Shop Stitch Quarterly. And maybe I did. I think maybe I added a couple more stripes down here. And so this is a 25 count Lugana Vintage Country Mocha. with call for DMC flosses, 2 strands over 2 threads. So that's what I've stitched on since I filmed last. 30 minutes. That's, I mean, I guess it's because I stitch on so much stuff, you know, but it is what it is. Where I am currently health-wise, I don't know that I'm going to, I don't know. I've kind of been thinking about just temporarily doing once a week, but I'm not there yet. I'm gonna still keep doing the vlog series. If you're new, I do my videos vlog style, where I, you know, record every day or every other day for a week, and then I upload all at once in one video. So I probably won't tomorrow. I have the doctor's appointment, massage appointment, and so I will likely do another video on Friday, and then possibly Saturday, and then close out the week. So I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Hi guys. So I'm recording this on Monday, July the 26th. Hopefully my computer will let me get through this. I had problems with space again, and so I did film another video on my phone, but I don't have the mental energy, wherewithal right now to try to see if it'll fit on my computer, that part, and put these parts together. So for the time being, I don't want to stop recording. I would miss you guys too much. And so for the time being, what I'm planning to do is I'm just going to post videos individually. So they'll be marked FlossTube 50 whatever, A, B, C, and so on. So I'm going to get this one uploaded, get the one from my phone uploaded from last week, and then I will do one today, recapping, you know, what I've done the last couple of days. So I just wanted to let you guys know, you know, if it felt like this was, if it felt like this was abruptly ended, I just wanted you to know why. So I love you guys, and I appreciate your patience, and I will see y'all next time.